So you're building your crew, 6 or 7 people. When you get signed, what led to you being signed?
Oxide and Neutrino was an affiliation of a radio station that we came from. And they made a tune called Bound for the Reload. Because the sample that they used was a popular sample of a TV series called Casualty in London. So the corporate world was like, who's doing this? Who's used our sample? You know what I mean? So they got through the door quick. It was a very commercial tune for the type of music that was out in the garage scene that time. But yeah, it done its job. They got a deal. They met a manager called Albert, which is now my manager and business partner now. And they got a deal with East West Records. And,
which is an American label.
Yeah, East West Records must have been, yeah.
Yeah.
And through Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when they signed their deal, they went #1. So I was like, yo, where's my deal? Like we're selling like 70,000 units plus.
Independently?
White labels, yeah. We had like 5 different instrumentals out on the streets. We was going to record shops, giving them the white labels on SOR. And then we sold solid beats and paper money. We started doing our own labels. But we used to go all around the UK, drive illegally, because we never had licenses until up 2010. But when I came up, it was just more of like, we had been making so much money as Junction Boys in our little corner. You had Brixton Boys robbing banks, people robbing people. We wasn't robbers. We didn't want to rob people. No. We wanted to help people. So we just said, let's stick to weed, because all our dads are dreads. Most of our dads are affiliated in South London, so we paid for all those people to hold our doors and make sure that no one fucked with our money at these events. We just went through and shut it down. 16, 17, 18 years old. And we're holding like events like 3,000 capacity.
Wow.
£15 on the door.
Wow.
Walking away with 25 bags every show. And you had to spend like 10 grand to start a show. It was those times. You can't just get a guest list, open up a Facebook account and be like, everybody come. You know what I mean? And add something. It's crazy.
So 2 years in, you get your deal.
Yeah.
And it's with East West?
No.
Who's it with?
Relentless.
Relentless. Is that a UK label? Okay. Were they affiliated with a bigger... Who were they under?
They was under Ministry of Sound. I think Ministry of Sound might have been under EMI at the time, or Warner Brothers, or Sony.
Okay.
I think it was Sony.
So you guys get your first major label record deal?
Single deal.
Single deal? Not even an album deal?
No.
Okay. Did they give you a lot of money at that time?
125,000
pounds.
125,000 pounds. Yeah.
Which is
for one single with options.
That's close to 200,000 US.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is a lot of money.
Is it?
Back then? Nah, not a lot.
Mm-mm.
But I mean,
if you got a young group, yeah,
before
coming to the industry, making 70 grand off white labels themselves, they're turning over, they're touring events, they're holding venues of like 1,500 to 3,000, Coliseum, Stratford Rex. When we went to the labels, we went there with statistics. We didn't just go there with a hot song. We told them like what our infrastructure is. We told them we had our agency. We're getting bookings all over the place. This is our main events. We've got 2 events called Solid Love and Garage Delight. Mm-hmm. We're touring the whole UK with those events. We make 25 grand, 15 grand minimum off of these events. And then we told them about all the white labels that we're selling, 70K at least cleaning. And we went there with statistics. Essentials distributors were distributing some of our stuff. So all of those things, production company, and then the radio station.
You had it all.
We went there as a business.
So you were doing them
to sign us.
Yeah.
Come on, like you couldn't pay us any less than that for a single.
Okay.
At that time.
And what was the single they signed?
Signed, oh no, that's the word.
Okay.
Sentimental Things. That's the one like which people say Grime came from. I didn't call it Grime. I called it my music. I just called it music, whatever it was.
How did the name Grime come about?
I think Grime came about more because when the younger generation started to get into garage, it was a lot more rougher. The music that we brought was like street, rough beats, rough edges, and the whole attitude and aura. Like garage was a real fun, loving type of music before we came. Spoonie and all those guys was like really against that at the time, which is fair play. It's fair play. I understand why, because we were fucking crazy young youth, you know what I mean? But the East London guys tapped onto it a little bit late, to the corporate side of things, tapped on a little bit after us. So they got a real backlash, you know what I mean, from the garage scene. So Wiley is the person that started Grime.
Yeah.
He's the founder of Grime. He's the one that actually, there might have been people that made songs similar to the sound of Grime, but Wiley called it a sound. So he said, look, this ain't garage, this is Grime.
And Grime is short for Grimey?
And Grime is short for Grimey. You know what I mean? Straight gutter road shit.
And it's stuck.
Yeah, and it's stuck. Yeah.
People start fucking with it. So you put out your single. How good does it do?
It went number 13 in the charts.
Okay.
Early label, but then it got disqualified from the charts because you know, on a single, like if you put too much songs on it that and you call it different, give it different titles, it then becomes an EP. Yeah, so Relentless was early. That was I think they were new to the business as well, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But from that mistake, I would say you're new to the business. If you didn't know that simple, right. You know what I mean?
But you still made noise with it.
Yeah, of course.
13 on the charts is still from...
Back then, from nothing to 13 in the charts. Yeah.
Right, because you're competing against all the rock groups and
yeah, there wasn't no one else, no hip hop, no rappers, no garage ones before us, nothing. So none of our generation was in the business like how we was.
So you guys were the first
street
hip hop group to crack the charts?
Hip hop cultural group, yeah. But the music we were doing weren't hip hop at the time.